Hi guys! Today I am actually gonna go through the different types of food we eat here in Korea based on the situation there is. So there are 5 different situations and food that I'm going to be talking about based on Korean cultures, and I want to tell you about the background story of these cultures and traditions we have here based on the foods that we eat, and I hope you enjoy and learn as well. Let's go! Kimmy TV! Okay, first of all, we want to talk about birthdays. On our birthdays, it's a tradition to eat seaweed soup, or we call it in Korean, 미역국. Because if we go back all the way to the Goryeo dynasty, we will probably realize that mothers who are pregnant with children, they would eat a lot of seaweed or food with seaweed because it was full of iodine and iron. As we are born out of our mother's womb, our birthday is a day our mothers give birth to us. So there's a historical background and connection where we eat seaweed soup in honor of our mothers who gave birth to us. Actually, as a Korean myself, I found about this recently, and I would just think that seaweed soup was just a tradition that we had on our birthdays that we would be eating, and I thought maybe it's just, a thing that happens. But apparently there's actually a historical connection. So I learned, you learned, yay. Second situation and food we're going to be talking about is when it rains. What do Koreans usually eat when it rains? Korean pancakes! We call it 전 in Korea. And I knew this, even though I'm not aware of a lot of the Korean historical backgrounds. If you listen closely to the sound of rain, a lot of people said that it reminds them of the sound of when you fry a pancake. TMI, today actually it rained and I was craving pancakes, but... So, what kind of Korean pancakes are there? We know that there is the kimchi pancake, we know that there is the seafood pancake, we know that there's the puchu pancake or the garlic chive. And my personal favorite is the haemul pajeon. And it's one of my personal favorites that I always eat when I'm craving it on a rainy day. And a lot of people eat it with makgeolli. Makgeolli is a type of alcohol drink that is made out of rice, and a lot of people enjoy it with their pancakes because the combination is great. As a person who doesn't drink, I personally don't drink it together, but a lot of people do enjoy it. So for those who love alcohol or those who like, chimek, like chicken and beer, I think you'll like makgeolli and 전. So the third food and situation that I'm going to be talking about is moving into a different home and eating 짜장면. So why do people order 짜장면 when moving into a different house? Back in the times before our technology was advanced and before delivery apps were famous and on point, a lot of Koreans would order 짜장면 for fast delivery. So if you've ever moved into a house before, you would have probably known that it's tiring and it kind of makes you lazy. You don't want to cook, you don't want to cook everything out, you don't want to do the dishes. So in Korea, we would order 짜장면. Not only did it deliver fast, but it didn't really require you to do the dishes. What you would do back then would be putting the plates that you ate from back outside your house and they would come pick it up. But now, as technology has advanced, obviously we have to take care of our own garbage and food, but the fact that 짜장면 comes fast in delivery still hasn't changed. Because we have lived so many years and decades of ordering 짜장면 when moving, I think it became a norm, and it's just a situation where everyone's just like, when you move, 짜장면. Number 4, the fourth food and situation that I want to share about is 육개장 and funerals. So in Korea we have a thing called 장례식, and it's when someone passes away, you go into the memorial hall and you basically send your blessings and send your prayers, and you just mourn together. If you guys have watched some dramas, you probably would have known, and if you didn't, it's fine. But what Korea does when we go to a 장례식 is they have a table in the side with alcohol, usually soju, and 육개장. The reason is that traditional Koreans would believe that the red soup that was in the Korean 육개장, the red color soup, would protect evil souls from attacking the dead soul. And it was also believed that these soup colors would protect the guests from the evil souls when they were going. And although some people don't really believe it, again, like the 짜장면 situation, it has become such a big embarkment on history and tradition in Korea that it became the norm. Number 5, lastly, the last food and situation I want to share about is tofu and when you come out of prison. So I want to share about a tradition in Korea where we give and gift raw tofu to a person who has just come out of prison. And I also didn't really know the background of it, so I kind of checked it out online. Thank you, Google. I found out that there are 2 things that could have brought this to become a tradition. And number 1 is malnutrition. So during the Japanese colonial period in 1910 to 1945 in Korea, a lot of the Korean prisoners that were in prison were suffering of malnutrition. And for all those food lovers out there, you probably know that if there's a certain period of time, a long period of time where you don't eat enough and you're not fed well and you go out and you're really hungry, you can't stuff enough food that you want to because it would cause a problem with digestion and your body's not used to having so much food in your system all of a sudden. So what Koreans did was they ate a lot of tofu. Because in tofu, it's soft, first of all, and it's full of protein and nutrition, and it's good on the tummy, and it's easy to digest. So it was a food they would eat to help them with their malnutrition. There are some jokes that we say, or sometimes it's serious, but we say 콩밥 먹고 싶어, and that means, do you want to go to prison? And why? Why does it mean that? Because the prisoners' meals would usually be 콩밥, so bean rice. And the second reason that tofu is usually given to those who come out of prison is tofu is white and it's soft. And what does white align with? White usually means pure, clean, new, it kind of gives you the positive and fresh vibe. So there's a very famous movie that came out in 2005 called 친절한 금자씨. It means Lady Vengeance, and it's pretty old, but there's a scene where a person was given tofu when coming out of prison. So when the girl was given tofu, the person giving the tofu said, because this is pure white and soft, I hope that you'll live in white, as in live in purity and start a fresh start. So the reason that they get tofu when they come out of prison, the second reason is that they want them to say there's a fresh start and it's a new beginning, and now that you've come out, be pure, be clean, don't make any more mistakes. So these are 5 different kind of foods that I shared about that Korean people eat based on different given situations. And for those who ever want to visit Korea or live in Korea, it's good to be aware of these different kind of traditions that we have. So I hope you like this video, and I hope that you learned a lot, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.